Welcome back to the Crypto Report. I'm Blacksea, and I have another video for you guys. Today, I want to give you a quick update on Bitcoin, take a look at the markets, and give you guys my opinion on where I think we could be headed here. Take a little bit of a look at crypto.com CRO Coin as well, because there's some interesting things that we need to talk about. So without further ado, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's hop in this video. So guys, right now Bitcoin is basically range bound between 65,000, maybe even 64,500 and about 69,000 right now. And we'll look at the daily term time frame here shortly, and you kind of get a better depiction of where we're at here. But right now we're at $67,720, up about 0.3% on the day. Bitcoin dominance trading at 52.84%. When you exclude stablecoins, we're basically sitting at 54.83%. We're getting closer and closer to that 55%. I do believe that if we break above that 55% Bitcoin dominance level, we'll probably start to see that move towards 57, 58, maybe even 60. But I do think that the Bitcoin dominance level isn't going to really make that large move to the upside until we get a little bit after the halving, when we start to see that big impulse wave to the upside or to the downside on Bitcoin around the halving, when there's a big supply shock or a sell the news event. But I do believe that Bitcoin dominance is going to rally up significantly. I don't know if significantly is the right word to use, but I do think 57% is on the table, and I do think 60% is possible, but I do think 57% is much more feasible than 60. So let's hop into this video a little bit here, guys. So right now I want to talk about where we're at here. We're basically just consolidating in a corrective period. We're going through a little bit of distribution right now. Bitcoin's trading some hands. There's a lot of, I don't know if the right word is uncertainty, but there is a lot of people just waiting for a decision to be made leading up to this halving. This halving is close, guys. It's very close. It's only about, when you zoom out here, 15 days away. And there's a lot of people here sitting on the sidelines waiting to see what Bitcoin decides to do, what Bitcoin wants to do. Does it want to go up? Does it want to go down here? We're consolidating. And to be honest with you guys, either which way could play out here. And what I've been saying for the past couple weeks here is I'm short-term bearish and I'm long-term bullish. And I will be honest with you, I've seen a few people that like to look at different types of patterns like head and shoulders, bull pennants, and different channels. I like to do that sometimes as well, just to kind of get a general idea what other people are looking at. But people are talking about how we are in this bull pennant right now, and I do think that that is a viable thing to be thinking about. I think that we could potentially break out to the upside here. But when I say I'm short-term bearish, I don't think that I don't want you guys to think that I'm saying we're going to go to 40,000 or anything like that. I think that an appropriate level would be at worst 52,000 to 55,000, and I don't even want to say those numbers until we test the 57,000, because 57,000 there was a lot of liquidity down here that could be grabbed. But I will also say that right now there is a record amount, an all-time high of shorts from Wall Street. The most shorts ever in the history of Bitcoin right now via hedge funds is right now. Just going to throw that out there. I know that not everything is going to have a crazy short squeeze. I think that the word short squeeze has basically been turned into a meme since GameStop and that whole AMC ridiculousness back in the traditional markets a few years back. But I will say that there's a possibility here that we could see a very large short squeeze. There is definitely a possibility here. You know, just because people are in Wall Street doesn't mean that they are experts. I know that sounds ridiculous to say, but guys, crypto is not like the traditional market. It does not behave like the S&P 500. Sure, there's similarities. But that being said, usually the story goes is whenever somebody new comes to crypto, they need to get burned. They need to have a great fall, like a hero's journey. It needs to start with a great fall before you can reap the rewards and have a tale, a story to tell of how you made all this money in cryptocurrency. And I think that there's no difference with Wall Street. I think that they're going to come in here thinking that they can make a bunch of money, and they're probably going to get hurt at first. But I will also say that this space, day by day, is becoming more and more TradeFi-esque as the Wall Street brokers come to play in the sandbox. It's as simple as that. But just my 2 cents on where the psychology of the market is here right now. I do think that I'm a little bit short-term bearish, but so what? The general direction here, if we are short-term bearish, the RSI will cool off, and we'll set up for more price action to the upside, to above 80,000. And honestly, a breakout above this bull pennant should break us out towards heading to break new all-time highs and head around that $82,000 price level. I do also want to look at the weekly because as long as we're not spilling below this white line here, around the 60 on market cipher, the market structure is intact. Continuation on the higher term time frames. On the daily, seeing cool-off periods is bullish. I know that sounds ridiculous being bearish, right? Bearish short-term is bullish long-term right now. It will set us up for a longer bull cycle, guys. The price targets will go higher. You should want it. You need a little bit of sideways price action. You don't want to blow off top yet. You don't want it yet. You want the prices to get as high as possible so you can make the most money possible. I'm going to take a quick look at CRO Coin because we are seeing right now altcoins bleeding. We're seeing Bitcoin dominance rally. But I do think that there's a world here if Bitcoin decides to trade sideways that we do see some of these altcoins rally in the short term before Bitcoin makes that true impulse wave to the upside, probably post-halving at this rate, probably after the halving once a decision is made. But there's so many bullish things happening right now, guys. But in the short term, I do think that if Bitcoin trades sideways, you're going to see CRO Coin make a move for this 20-cent price level. Hopefully we can break above it. Honestly, I'd be happy if we just tested it. But I would like to see a break above it, obviously. But in the short term, I do expect a move to 20 cents on CRO Coin as long as Bitcoin trades sideways. As long as there's no shenanigans, as long as we don't dump significantly. Which, when I say dump significantly, like I said, guys, 57,000 in my opinion. I think that's on the table. But a lot of those bids that were set at 57K were actually risen to 58,000. So something to think about as well. People are worried they're not going to get their spot limit orders filled, so they raise the price up to closer to the price action we're at. And those may not even be filled as well. I mean, 61,000 is an important level to be looking at, and to be quite frank, we're quite far from it. But all in all here, guys, I am looking for some sideways price action. See some of these altcoins make some, I don't want to say big moves, but some moves to the upside before Bitcoin decides to step in the spotlight once again for a month or two, couple months to get that big move to the upside after the halving. And once we trade sideways after that, that's when you can see CRO Coin make its tests to previous highs, and we can see some real fireworks. But if you like this type of content, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel right now. Also check out some awesome referral links we have down below. $4,100 sign-on bonus to Femex. All you got to do is click the link, deposit a little bit, trade, get a bunch of free money. Also, please go follow me on Twitter at 333Blacksea. I'm very active over there. But that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.